No, I always love I love country's music. I love.
Okay.
What? Are we okay? Are we okay?
Did you say the country's music? What did he say?
I love country's music.
Okay.
I like different countries' music.
Chef Dyke Michael's making food, and he's making comedy too. Thaddeus J. McKee is co-hosting with the guy I mentioned previously. Sauce Boss Zach's on the 1 to 2, so good he calls them 2s and 3s. And as always, there's a guest who'll be sure to please on Harder Brunch.
Hi, and welcome to the Harder Brunch Podcast. I'm your host, Dyke Michaels. With me, as always, Tej.
Yeah, SL Dub.
That is Jay McKee. On the 1s and 2s, the Wheels of Steel, the Sauce Boss of Indianapolis, and the Last Woke Dragon. Give it up for Sauce Boss Zach.
Hey there.
Do we got some drippage?
I just thought I heard something.
Okay, like a woolly boogin or a boogeyman?
A woolly boogin?
You never heard of woolly boogin?
Nope, I haven't.
What's a woolly boogin?
A woolly boogin's like a Kentucky Sasquatch, I think.
I don't say that word.
Yeah,
that doesn't
You're not allowed to say that
sound
anymore.
okay.
We'll get into that later. Very special guest with us in studio, Lindsay Jo Whirley. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, welcome.
And you are a certified cicerone
Yes.
and the assistant culinary director of Newfields in Indianapolis.
Yeah, the assistant director of culinary arts. So
culinary
I am
arts.
a food and beverage curator at an art museum.
That's amazing.
Nice. Yeah, and Newfields, for those of you that are maybe listening outside of Indianapolis, is our big art museum of the city. Mm-hmm. I grew up with it be called IMA, or Indianapolis Museum of Art.
It's technically still the IMA on the Newfields campus.
Oh, okay. So
So-
just the ground change.
Yeah, when it used to be called Old Fields when the Lilly family owned it. So after the rebrand, Newfields.
Oh.
Super creative.
Gotcha.
Oh, Old Fields, New Fields.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's I've been there for some events. One of my first times doing comedy in front of a real audience was at Newfields for the short film festival.
Yeah, indie shorts. Yeah,
Indie Shorts. Yeah,
we still do that.
They had a couple comedians come out, and it was, I don't know how they came upon me to do it because I was fairly new, and it was the first time I got to do like a longer set. And it was, a small little auditorium full of people, but
The Toby Theater, probably. Yeah.
And I ended up following like a much bigger, more established comedian, which was terrifying.
That was the day
Oh my God.
Jeff Oskey opened for you.
Yeah. Well, I specifically was like, obviously I'm out opening for you. He's like, man, I'm in a hurry. I gotta go do another gig, so I'm just gonna do my time and then leave. And I was like, for a comedian, it was like, you never want to go after the bigger comedian,
That I would not want to be. Did you know before? You just got put on the spot you're going?
I just got put on the spot.
Ooh.
But it was so fun. And then like there was literally like a red carpet afterwards, and there was the after party and everything. And I was just like, a year and again, I was like, oh, is this what comedy is like? And it was the first time anyone had come up to me after a show and been like, hey, that was funny. That was a great job. And one of my friends there with me, and I was just like my head was swimming all night. I was just like, this place is so cool.
So for an example of what we do, our team would have been there selling beer, wine, and snacks that go along with the film fest. So
cool.
anything internally that's happening with an exhibit, a different change in season, the beer garden, the loom. So our team is there with a special menu to match the exhibit.
And there was it was a cafeteria or like some sort of...
We do have a cafe there, but that
cafe.
is not our team. That is our caterer.
Okay. Oh, okay. But you would just do stuff that involves like directly with the loom and directly with...
Yeah.
Okay.
So like the Stephen Sprouse exhibit, Rock Art Fashion, just opened. So we did a collaboration with Absolute Vodka, and we created a special cocktail that's like hot pink and sassy, and it goes along with some of the pieces of art in that exhibit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And what is your specific like culinary background?
So I went to IU Bloomington. I was actually pre-law, so super foodie. And I started working at a high-end bar restaurant right by the law school. I'm like, okay, I'm going to meet all the law people, maybe get a cool lawyer boyfriend, meet some people. Like, I'm going to get my in. And as I kept going that direction, I'm like, this is not, like, I'm going to bring this work home with me. I wasn't vibing. The dean of admissions was a regular at my bar, and they're like, LJ, you're in the law school, but you're going to pay for it. So I was looking at become a manager at this fine dining restaurant, or go into $100,000 worth of debt. So I chose restaurant life.
Yeah.
And,
well, I mean, that's two devils right there.
Yeah. So I did the fine dining game for about 4 years there, and then went on to Big Woods, Quaffon, Hard Truth, did the high volume down in Brown County,
Nice.
and was recruited from there to come onto Newfields in a beer capacity. So they wanted a beer expert. So they were like, hey, you're going to do this beer somm thing. We will give you the time off. We'll pay for it. We want a beer professional to run our beer program here. Here I am.
Yeah.
Were you a beer person before that? Were you?
I always liked it. I thought it was fun. I really always enjoyed finding out what people liked and then recommending things to them. So we had a huge beer menu at the restaurant I worked at. So, regulars would come in. I'm like, hey, you had this last time, so I think you'd really like this new thing that we have. And I just really fell into that front of house type vibe. I really liked hospitality, remembering that Mr. Stevens was gluten-free, but wasn't going to tell you he's gluten-free and he likes table 6. I liked that part of being in restaurant hospitality. So I just stayed with it.
That's great. I gotta give you a compliment, because I love when people are professionals in something and obviously very well educated, but then also you're slamming another high life right now. Like you're not pretentious, and I love that. Like we've had a lot of cool chefs and stuff come on too, and it's just like when I just see them just kind of enjoying food at a bit, because like that's one of the weird things that I always get when someone, like, just because I went to culinary school, and then I'll be like, they'll offer me some food that they made, and they're kind of like, oh, don't judge me too harshly, I hope it's good enough for you. And I'm like, I went to culinary school because I love food. And I love when other people cook things for me, like, is the best. So
oh my gosh, the food getting cooked for today, like, I felt like royalty. I felt like I was at the highest rated restaurant today. The guest list was incredible, and the food was killer. So I regret wearing pants. Should have gone with a dress, but it was amazing.
Thank you. We've gone back and forth about should we tell the guests not to wear pants over it. We always
It always comes across wrong.
It always seems to not be the way to go.
Say, don't worry about pants.
Yeah,
don't bring them things.
You might regret it.
You'll regret it later.
They'll get in the way. I wish I didn't say that. Here's the thing. I like that you said that you like the guest list here. One of our favorite guests was here today. We had Gwen Sunkel.
Yes, international comedian Gwen Sunkel.
And you said she kind of made you a little bit nervous, correct?
Well, I was telling her, I have this thing whenever I meet another, like a woman I look up to, like a confident woman. So I saw her perform at the most elite comedy venue in Indianapolis. And she went on, and I was like, oh my gosh, she was so good. And I kind of stood up there after. I'm like, I'm going to tell her that she did a good job. And I'm like, hey, Gwen, oh my gosh, you're so funny. It's awesome. I just love, like, women comedians. They're so great. Thank you. Bye. And I kind of like sunk away. So when I saw that she was here today, I was excited to get the chance to actually talk to her for the first time.
A second chance.
Well, you know why she always comes across so confident on stage? She's always on Quaaludes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Just a big pocket full of Quaaludes.
It's the problem that we're dealing in the comedy scene, and now we just outed her. She's on the screen right now, holding her bag of Quaaludes. Oh, poor Gwen. The Quaalude comedy of Indianapolis.
Quaalude Queen.
Quaalude Queen. It's tough.
Oh, she's awesome.
We shouldn't be laughing right now.
It's a problem.
It's a big problem.
No, she's amazing, and she's like a legit like friend of ours, and it's always fun to like. I like mixing the two worlds, because the two things that I love are comedy and food, and so like I love my service industry people come over here, and like. But I mean, sometimes we have like, I mean, not saying you're not legit. Like, you just exude this,
I am
like,
definitely not legit.
You are very legit, but you exude like a fun energy. I could tell by your social media presence. I was like, this is a person who likes to have fun. And then like you invited us to like show us around Newfields and stuff, and I was like, this is not like a stuffy person.
I love hospitality, and I love meeting new people. It's just, again, I was talking about this earlier. I'm not the best chef. The extent of my chefery is cutting big blobs of cheese and making it look pretty on a plate.
Yeah.
I can pour a mean beer, but other than that, my skill set. I live in that lane of, I'm like a super fan. I'm like, oh my gosh, like your smoking goose. They have the best prosciutto, and it goes really well. This is local arugula and the baguette from Amelia's, and like putting that together. And like these people are already doing it. We don't need more brewers in Indianapolis. We don't need more. Well, we can always have more chefs, but you know, we have all these awesome people. So my lane is really promoting those people. Like I want my role in this to be get as many of those people out to the other people who want to eat and drink that stuff.
I love this. Today could be just like a big commercial for everything we love in Indy.
Yeah.
Well, and I love that. Like I always kind of consider that like a front of the house, like the food expediter,
full on FOH over here.
The person that's going to, but like also it's like you have to have such a similar knowledge of everything, of both all the wine, all the beer, all the spirits in the front of the house, you know, cocktail program, but also what's going on in the back of the house. It may not be able to like, I guess, you know, cook it up yourself in a certain way, but you're familiar with all the flavor profiles. You're familiar with, like you said, like who your guests and what they like, and he actually, you know, he's not going to want the gluten, but he's not going to tell you, you know. Whereas like I'm like, just eat it the way it comes. All right.
Well, the days of that are over. You know, we were talking about this as well. I feel like before COVID, restaurant scene, it's been getting better, but there's that mentality of just like yes chef, no chef, and there's still a respect to that I love and enjoy. But after COVID, everyone was kind of like, I'm not messing with the mean people anymore.
Oh, sure.
It's time to be respectful. It's time to be accommodating. And I think that that's the future of kitchens. And I think that Indianapolis is a shining example of that. And the people who are still in that old school vibe of, you know, angry, crazy chefs throwing stuff, that's not going to last on much longer. Yeah.
Mean people, you guys go screw yourselves. Kindly.
Well, let's get into, I have to make a, I think it's time for a shame.
Oh no!
It's been a while.
This makes me nervous because you never know who it is. The shame comes on here. Did you screw up?
Shame.
Did I screw up? Did Zach screw up? Which I hate when he does. Often.
Shame.
Yeah, you never know where the shame's gonna. Sometimes the shame goes to Zach. Sometimes it's to the guest.
Sometimes it's you.
This time again, it's gonna have to. It's a self shame.
Oh gosh.
It's a self shame. Doesn't happen very often, but no, I've been in communication with you online, and it very clearly on all of your social media says cicerone, certified beer specialist. It's very clear. I've worked in craft beer. I opened up Black Acre Brewery. I know what a cicerone is. I know the difference, but I think for some reason I transposed that in my head. I was like, she's a sommelier of wine.
You manifested it.
I did.
You wanted
Wait,
it.
time out. You thought that was sommelier? That word was?
I wouldn't say I read that. I read that and I made that.
He probably saw a hashtag beer som somewhere.
He's been talking about this for 2 weeks. Thad, we're having a sommelier come, and I'm calling my friends. Hey, we're having a sommelier come. This is gonna be good. If bring all my wine friends, and then no, like I found out just like now.
Luckily. You know, beer and wine. You
can't judge.
However, we definitely went hard in the paint on the theme of today's theme, which was wine. But specifically, because we've had a wine theme before when we had our friends from Wine to Me Pod on, so we did wine songs, and so that was fun. So all of the themes of today had something to do with wine. Zach, you had the first course.
I started with Champagne Supernova.
Yeah.
I actually couldn't find any champagne, so it was Prosecco. And then
he also stole champagne. I said, we're doing wine song themes. He was like, I call dibs on what is a Champagne Supernova.
Well, the first thing he said was strawberry wine, which was what I wanted. And so I just started grabbing up the song names before I knew what to do with them.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, I had sorbet in there, raspberry sorbet, and then fresh raspberries.
So good.
So it was like a little float kind of thing.
I had my Miller High Life in one hand and then that in the other hand.
That's a pretty good
I knew
mix.
It was going to be a good day. Yeah.
And also, awesome song choice, by the way. Give it up for yourself for that.
Thank you. I can't find the...
You can't find the button?
No.
I had the... I had the second course, which was... Spill the Wine, made with a French onion soup made with white wine. French onion soup for me is something that like I've been telling people this week. I was a real picky eater when I was like a little kid. I only wanted to make like the food that my grandmother made. And so when we ever went out to like a nice restaurant or something, they would just have to like bring me out like a bowl of strawberries because I wouldn't want to eat anything. But my grandma we'd go to like Steak and Ale. Do you remember Steak and Ale?
I do not.
It was like a high end, not a high end steakhouse. It was like
They just told you it was
a commercial steakhouse that was but they always had like a French onion soup, my grandma, and I remember I would pull the cheese off of it and just eat that brothy cheese that came off, and it was like my favorite thing as a kid. And then my grandma would get mad because you're eating the best part of the soup, like. Yeah. But so yeah, the French onion soup, and then the second one is do you know the song "Wine, Women, and Song" by Loretta Lynn?
Strike two.
We gotta. We're on YouTube now, so we're scared to play music anymore, but maybe we'll play it over the break. So I actually like looked it up. I was like, Wine, Women, and Song. I was like, that looks interesting. And I played the first song was actually by Whitesnake, and it was like very much exactly what you would think. It was just like Whitesnake singing about wine, women, and song in a very much like, yeah, like lock up your daughters, lock up your wives, Whitesnake's coming to town. And like one of the lines is like, we're going to rock and roll right over you. And I was like, this song's actually kind of gross. And then like... But it was then I like looked and it was like Loretta Lynn had one too, and I was like, is this originally her song? And then I like listened to her song, and it's like this beautiful kind of like folksy song, but it's her lamenting about how her husband has gone out and only cares about wine, women, and song, and is like, you're gonna rue the day kind of thing. But it's
and you
like,
thought that was better.
But it's in like this, like,
sounds better.
But it's in like this like upbeat kind of like the music's kind of sing-songy upbeat, but like the whole lyrics are just like, oh yeah, enjoy it now, buddy. Like you're gonna be, but also like you're gonna be in the doghouse. I'm like your man's out cheating on you, and you're just like you're gonna be in the doghouse anyway. I just like that song. And
good song choice.
That was with the braised short rib, the sweet potato hash, and the duck egg. Which, what do we call that then? Duck egg riding horse?
Yeah, it looked like an egg riding a horse or a mechanical bull. And I'm here for it. I love when eggs get out and do things.
Yeah.
It was doing stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely doing something.
Wait, did I skip one? I skipped your...
the pasta.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did UB40 red wine, and so I did a bolognese with the Reggae Red. I cooked down an entire bottle of Reggae Red in the bolognese sauce, and then spiced it with like some allspice and thyme and stuff like that.
It was killer.
And you said the shape of the pasta looked like Dad's hair.
Yeah, and so it was kind of a Rasta pasta.
A Rasta pasta.
Yeah.
Well, that word is going to be banned from Harder Brunch. That's the last time you'll hear it here. Rasta pasta is no more.
And the last course was the strawberry wine Panna Cotta made with Huber's.
The Huber strawberry, yeah, that was
Huber's
good.
Farm strawberry wine with the strawberry mousse, dehydrated strawberry, and the macerated strawberries. Are you familiar with the song Strawberry Wine?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, man, she doesn't know this one. Karaoke favorite. Also one of my personal favorite songs because I like to go down the whole rabbit hole of it's this song that women love singing at karaoke, and it's a very like bittersweet kind of song with this woman's remembering, but like I always have a different take on this song. Because this song's about a woman in her like 30s or 40s who seems to make a yearly pilgrimage back to this muddy riverbank where she lost her virginity to a 19-year-old. So much so that the neighbors come out and comment on it. Like, there she is again. She always coming back here. And I'm like, that must have been the best sex that she ever had in her life. Like, she comes back every year. Like, she's a grown woman now. And she's still thinking about this.
How old was she when she wrote the song?
Like, I mean...
Because that would say something.
Yeah. I mean, enough to come back multiple years and then write a song about it and then win a Grammy for it. What was that farm boy doing? Like, good
for him, too.
Yeah, good for him.
Lost everything. Yeah. The first taste of love. Yeah, it is an interesting song. Anytime, I usually see like a lot of It doesn't matter what race, but I see these girls singing the song "White," and and like after the song gets over, there's always a huddle of girls crying, holding each other. I'm like, I'm not touching this song. Like I like it, but it's a little bit extra.
Yeah. No, I always love I love country's music. I love.
Okay.
What? Are we okay? Are we okay?
Did you say the country's music? What did he say?
I love country's music.
Okay.
Like I like different countries' music. Our country's music. Country music.
Music of the world.
I love country's music. I like going to countries and music.
Okay. No, I love picking apart country music. I think is what I was going for, because it's like something like that's always the genre of music when people are like, oh, I like anything but country, and I'm like, that's not true. You just haven't heard enough country songs.
Like the old country, like the classy country.
Yeah. Thad and I and another friend Hannah did a road trip like last summer, and we came and it was just kind of like at first it was kind of like a joke, like I'll put on a country song that you like, and then we did like for 4 hours. Yeah, it was like come back
That's
like
fun.
Wait, I got another one.
It was There are country songs that you could find that you could enjoy. So yeah, I'm not gonna say any more about that. Next topic.
Country's music.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's annoying to me.
I think I also did have a mini stroke in there. I was just like trying to think of the next thing I was going to say. I was like, I love country's music.
It sounded like you were having a stroke. I was like, I was worried.
Dude, it is. Those are the signs when you start talking about country's music.
I love country's music.
Smelling burning toast. Have you got to do any like fun stuff with your being a cicerone outside of work? Like,
Yeah.
like you get to go to beer festivals and be a judge or.
Yeah, so I am also the president of Indiana Women in Beer.
Cool.
It's called the Pink Boots Society. We have a local Indianapolis chapter, so it's fun. We meet monthly, and it's like all the women in Indiana who are in beer. So that's really fun. Beer festivals for sure, and then I've done some private tastings.
Nice.
So I've done at people's home. They'll invite me over, and I'll have different beers, and we'll do like a tasting, or for different companies, and then at Newfields, I do beer classes. So most recently, I got my favorite Kolsch imported from Cologne, Germany, and we did a Kolsch class, and with the classic glassware and the food and everything, and we just drank endless Kolsch for 2 hours. I called it a class, but while it was happening, I was like, everyone just paid $50 to drink as much beer as possible. And I talked for like 5 minutes, but people really loved it, and it was an experience for sure. But
yeah. I love those kind of. Do you remember when they used to do like the tailgate for nothing beer events? Mm-mm. Like they used to do. It would basically just be like an open beer exchange, and they would do it in the Sun, like in the Sun King parking lot.
Oh, actually, I think I do remember what you're talking about.
And it would be like they would do like one in the spring and one in the fall, and it would always have a theme, which your boy loves a theme. And
I like that.
I was in culinary school at the time, so I'd always try to cook something, and I used to just make everything as difficult as possible. So like one time it was I think it was 420 theme, so like all the food was like food in a pot, and so I had made like some sort of stew or soup or something, but I made it. I don't know why I thought this was good. Instead of just making it ahead and bringing it, I made it from scratch in the parking lot.
Oh my God.
So like people are going around drinking beer at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'm chopping vegetables, boiling water, and people are like, so when's this stew? Because I always did a soup or a stew or something, because it was always kind of cold outside. And I was making borscht one time. Okay. And so I was making borscht for like 3 hours. And people are just getting progressively drunker as the day, and they've just been like doing laps around, and they're like, is that borscht ready yet, boy? What's that borscht? You've been talking about this damn soup for 3 hours. And then
was it good?
Yeah, of course. But like eventually, as the years went on, I got a little. But like one time, it was like literally like I didn't bring a tent the first year, so it was like Indiana weather. It like started off beautiful, and then it was like hailing at some point, and then it was rain. And I'm just sitting there chopping onions and carrots in the hailstorm. Like, I promise it'll be out there. It's coming. But outside of that, it was great, just because everybody just kind of brought beer to kind of like flex on each other a little bit, everybody liked to be like, oh, look what I brought, but then they would share it, so it was like the fun part.
But those are the best events, like any beer share event I've been to. Like no one's rolling up like trying to punk everybody. They're like, oh yeah, I brought this like $20 6-pack. Like everyone's like rolling in with their best stuff. So like you bring your best stuff and everyone else has their best stuff, and there's cheese and charcuterie and borscht for sure. That's like 3 hours later in the event. But no, it's cool because beer people are like that. They really, everyone, it's a community.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier, like no one wants to drink the best beer in the world and drink every last drop by themselves. Like you want as many people in the room who you want to share that beer with.
I love that. I know you're a beer person, and for a while, Zombie Dust was the creme of the crop. When did that start falling off, or is that still here?
I did a private beer class 3 years ago, and I could tell this guy couldn't wait. He's like, got his hand up. He's like, oh, she's going to be so impressed. He goes, I have aged a Zombie Dust in my downstairs fridge for 4 years. And I'm like, oh my God, do you have a trash can in your basement too? You should throw that beer in the trash can.
Yeah.
Hops, Zombie Dust is an aggressively hopped beer.
Citra hops is what I've learned and studied.
And hoppy beer, in my opinion, and it's just better when it's fresh. So if I'm going to drink an IPA, whether it be Zombie Dust or Hopopotamus or Bell's Two Hearted, I will be in the liquor store. I will hold the beer up, and I'm trying to find the date. And if it's older than 60 days, I'm not touching it.
Oh, really? That's the rule.
So hops are very volatile. They will fall apart. They will start to taste really bad in the beer. It will make it cloudy. So IPAs, to answer your question, they're definitely still in. But I think people are starting to wise up a little bit. Like there's so many out there. There's more bad IPAs out there than ever. So I encourage people to be cautious on their IPA adventures and to find fresh IPAs.
My question for you is, how do you feel about Citra hops? And have you heard anybody say it gives them nightmares?
I've not heard the nightmare thing. I do have the hops all right here for you too.
Oh,
I've got like 30 hops.
What?
I was not ready for that.
Yeah. I don't know if they're Citra or not. I'll have to call my artist.
Wait, did you use that to cheat on your cicerone test?
No, I got this after. Like, how many leaves are on a hop cone? And I'm like, 1, 2.
It's like that show Prison Break.
I haven't heard any weird hop stuff. I have heard of people claiming to be allergic to them. Like they make them get hives or something. And I could see that being true for maybe like a super dank triple hopped IPA or something where they're throwing tons of hops in at the end of the mash. And it's like, really thick IPA, but I have personally never experienced that.
I don't know. Every time I have Three Floyds.
Are you asking for a friend?
Well, I was asking.
Or for yourself?
A professional.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this.
He told me, we found out a lot about each other during lockdown. And he told me at one point the Citra hops gave him nightmares. And it was the wackiest thing I'd ever heard. But I was just like, also, I can't disprove. The only way to really test it out would be to do like a clinical study.
I think you know your own truth.
And drink.
Well, I know this is.
drink Citra hops and then do like a dream journal.
There are other people out there, like they're anonymous, that are coming into my DMs and saying, "Thad, keep speaking your truth."
Expose these people.
Three Floyds is putting nightmare hops in their beer, and Three Floyds, if you're doing this, you know this. Stop.
Also,
you want to sleep.
Also, that there's hundreds of other breweries that use Citra hops now. It's not just Three Floyds.
But it's mostly Three Floyds beer.
Okay, so maybe you just
this could be another factor.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm doing the test. Like, is it the Citra hops or not?
And that hop is so prevalent, and it's used in a lot of blends. So most IPAs are a blend of hops. So there's probably a little Citra in most things you're drinking.
Oh shoot!
Just be careful.
All right, and I
already care about you. I've only known you a day, so I just don't want you to have these nightmares.
Thank you. I do want to say Three Floyds, great beers. Like it tastes great, and that's why I keep going back.
Yeah,
I just want to sleep. It's not like I have anything against them. I just want to sleep. That's all.
I think that's a good time to take a break, and
I'm gonna, a little nap.
I'm gonna enjoy some country's music, and we'll be right back. Gen Z can't stop raving about the Harder Brunch Patreon.
Patreon.com/Harder Brunch slaps.
No cap, the Harder Brunch podcast is bussin' on God.
Move over, boomer. Gen Z's here to talk to you about the Harder Brunch Patreon.
Harder Brunch Podcast on Patreon, $3 a month, low-key a steal.
The Harder Brunch Podcast deadass has me bricked up every day.
Listen to these all totally real testimonials.
No, like I'm getting paid to do this. Don't worry. Yeah. No, you think I do this for free? No.
The Harder Brunch Podcast deadass slaps.
Sound younger.
The Harder Brunch Podcast deadass slaps.
Just go to patreon.com/Harder Brunch.
The Patreon After Brunch podcast hits different. That shit makes you feel shit.
Hi, and welcome back to the Harder Brunch Podcast. I'm very excited to do Lindsay Jo has agreed to help us with a very special tasting. Going to use your heightened senses. We did a blindfold here, and I have some special selection of wine because I thought you were a sommelier. So don't feel bad. This is zero stakes. It's very low stakes. But I want you to take a sip of. We got 5 different samples here, and just kind of give us your best flavor profile for each one.
All right.
Walk us through.
Just smelling it now. Now she's swishing it. Oh, like a professional. Ooh,
It's very sweet.
oh, that about made me. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what. Well, as for a podcast, I should probably be talking. But I wanted to say something, but I'll say it
Is
after.
it like raspberry? It's like some raspberry vibes.
I don't believe so, but I think you're the fruit family.
It tastes like a Jell-O shot. Like It tastes like freshman year of college, and
That's what it is.
it tastes
college year.
It tastes like a Jell-O shot. And like putting your jacket over like your shots in the elevator in the dorm, and your
Yeah, I love that.
It tastes like
Took
walking home in the rain with your mascara running. That is peaches and cream fortified wine.
You know what I mean?
By the I don't know if you're familiar with this vintner, Mad Dog 2020.
no.
Oh yeah, Mad Dog 2020. It's a special poison for poor people that we like to give out. It is a fortified wine. We've actually gone pretty hard in the selection of Mad Dog. I'll give you that much of a hint. These are all Mad Dog 2020
All right, now I'm in a different vibe now.
varietals.
So I was about to sing Peaches and Cream, and I was like, this one makes me want to sing. Then I'm like, oh wait, she'll get it from that. But
I didn't. I was struggling on the peach. I didn't get it.
Well, you said raspberry
That's not really that close.
at all.
No, it's
I
pretty
agree
bad.
with
It's honestly
you.
pretty bad.
I'm on your side.
All right, the next one's going up. She's getting a sniff of it. I love you are treating this so officially.
Okay. She's swishing again. She did one of those with the
No, this has.
taste.
I'm gonna give you a
Aerating.
hint. This has 2 kind of, I would say, conflicting flavors.
Oh, let me see that again.
Is this like fake watermelon? Is there like
It's something.
Oh, come on. Bad dog, you be crazy for making this type of flavor. You shouldn't even be making stuff.
I mean,
Is your watermelon your final guess?
I'm struggling again.
That is their banana red. Banana red.
You told
What is
her.
red? What does red taste like?
I believe they're just going with the red grape. Oh. So it's a banana and grape.
But on the bottle, it's a purple grape.
Now you say that I can get the banana. Rude.
Okay, next one. A little bit to your.
This one she has to take a stab at. You can't just tell her. You gotta fall flat on your face or get it right.
Yeah.
I think that's the rules.
This is, I will say, I mean, the most classic. This is what I think of when I think of Mad Dog 2020. The most classic and.
Kind of it's like a pina colada, like a pineapple orange type vibe.
Ah, she
Would you say Jubilee of orange?
orange.
Yeah, that's tasting pretty citrusy.
Yeah.
Is that your guess?
Is there no pineapple? I really want there to be like pineapple or coconut or something too.
I believe it's
could be
just orange Jubilee.
The coconut is the Jubilee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
I mean, it's an orange flavored cough syrup. Is what it is.
I like that one the best so far.
Can you pour me some? Yeah. Let's get some of that. I'm getting jealous over here.
I didn't know you like to get wet, Dad.
Yeah, there's extra cup. Oh. Yeah, Dyke was just thinking about the guest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Can I get the banana red?
Let's get some of this Jubilee going.
What are Jubilee flavors?
I do want to say. Oh, she's gone on to the next one.
Sorry,
No. You're perfect. You're fine.
Now I've like taken this as like a personal agenda. I'm like, I have to try it.
You have to at least get one right to be invited back.
Let me tell you what. I don't think that typically, even first of all, you can't just get the amount of flavors of Mad Dog 2020 that I needed for this bit at any store. You have to go. You got to go to a hood store to get this. You can't just get this at any liquor store. Also, when I went into the Rule Inn to purchase this, I don't think most people. This is something that is bought one bottle at a time. Typically, people don't buy this in bulk.
I don't think you're bringing that
what's
to
the
a
ABV?
party.
Like, what's the alcohol content here?
I believe they're all 13.
Unspoken.
Can you read that?
Undisclosed.
Undisclosed, yeah.
13%.
Nice.
So alcohol 13% by volume.
Yes. So when I walked in and I bought 5 different flavors, I believe her reaction, she goes, "What are you planning to do?"
Like there's a button they push.
Yeah. He just bought 5 Mad Dogs. I repeat, 5 Mad Dogs.
We're going to need to get the Pentagon for this one.
It's literally like if you see something, say something.
Exactly.
Like, we never thought this. Somebody in the back had to tear open like an old envelope that had instructions on it
For a code.
Yeah, what to do.
Pressing that code exactly how it says.
I feel like this is the way you summon like an evil Captain Planet. Drink all 5 flavors.
All right. Is this like some strawberry kiwi vibes? Or am I like super wrong again?
Oh.
It smells like a Jolly Rancher.
Okay. I think you're on the right path there.
Oh gosh.
I think you kind of referenced this earlier.
Mm-hmm. Or is it the watermelon again?
It's an electric melon.
This
is the watermelon flavor.
It's like a sticky Jolly Rancher or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Candy.
Electric melon.
Yeah.
The electric wasn't coming through as strong as I would think.
It's
to call that out, but
after notes of electricity.
Is there a bite to it?
It's good.
It is good?
Yeah.
Oh,
that tastes like a boat party. That's like let's
some
go on the boat party. Freeze it. Like we forgot to bring a cooler because we were just last minute. So you froze this and it slowly like unthawed and you could like drink it along the way.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting with that.
A boat party. Are we talking a yacht or
no? I mean like
a pontoon.
Definitely a pontoon and like if we're lucky like a double decker to like block from the sun.
I want to say that Zach rolled his eyes when you said that you like the electric melon, but I would also like to say in your defense, she just drank 3 other Mad Dog 2020, so that may be the best thing that she's had.
I did not like the first 2.
No.
I'm not really a sweet person.
I actually like the melon better than the red banana.
Yeah.
That one was terrible.
I'm going to be honest. It does taste like I shouldn't be interrupted by someone with what's going on, Casey? Sorry, you're having a problem. Our video guy is having a problem audibly. Anyways, this does taste like someone dumped perfume in their shots. I think you can take the
No, she's got one more.
Oh, she does.
Yeah, though that's you. I think you grabbed the Jubilee again. That's the Jubilee.
I already had this.
Yeah, you got one more to your. Yep, a little further. And there. We don't normally blindfold our guests, by the way. This is special just for you. This last one now. I feel like this one. If you get this, I'll count all 5 because this is a deep pull. This was not part of their normal lineup. I feel like.
Man, guys, what is this shit? It's bad. It is not good.
It's not good.
I'm going to try this next.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh man, this is bad.
it's not good.
There's something wrong with Mad Dog, and I think they say it in the title. I think they're letting us know, hey, we got a problem. You mess around with a Mad Dog?
Yeah.
That's usually a warning. Hey, that's a Mad Dog.
This is cough syrup vibes.
Yeah, okay. Well, they called it dragon fruit.
Come on.
Oh, come on.
I know dragon fruit in there.
It really does seem like someone bumped over.
I'm done with this.
Hey, big round of applause for Lindsay Jo, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for playing along.
Do you know what I'm talking about, though? Does it taste like there's perfume in here? Like someone dumped some poison in there?
I gotta be honest. I haven't mustered up the courage to drink some yet. I'm gonna try the electric melon.
No, you're gonna try it now.
That seems to be the least offensive. Is that the consensus?
I like that the best.
Which one? The electric melon?
Yeah,
that's the best one. No, you gotta try the worst one. Anything you make them guests
the
try, you gotta do.
I've tried the worst ones. The first time I got drunk as a child was on Orange Jubilee.
Seriously?
Yeah. This is booze for poor people and children.
For children?
Is what this is.
Can we say that again, so we get a good clip
Mad
for
Dog
a commercial?
2020.
Hey, children.
Booze for children.
They're going to be in the DMs tomorrow. Like, hey.
What was your... Okay, let's... I mean, obviously, we know you didn't drink till you were 21, but if...
That's what I was going to ask.
If you had to imagine what it could have been like drinking before you were 21, what would be the first thing that you drank as a child in this made-up scenario?
If I did, and I had no perception of beer versus wine versus liquor, alcohol contents, and the consequences, I probably would have done something like play vodka pong with Burnett's. And I would have definitely gone for some crazy flavors like pink lemonade or, banana daiquiri.
Oh, no.
And I definitely would have done something like that.
Yeah. Maybe you didn't feel too good afterwards.
And then probably wouldn't have felt good. And then second time around, probably would have tried Monster energy drink with wild turkey.
I tried to co-sign on that, and then you said wild turkey. I was like, I'm just gonna take that co-sign right back. And then,
that sounds like it should be illegal.
If I think that it probably would not taste that good.
What do you call them? Turkey monsters?
Well, I mean, that's what we're drinking on Thanksgiving now. Thank you, Thad. You just created that.
Doggone it.
I got to say, this electric melon, I could tell that this is the most, I don't want to say it's good, but I would say it's the most palatable because it doesn't have the perfume garbage or poison taste.
You know what I'm talking about now?
It just tastes like sugar water.
It does taste like perfume.
I can see with a mixer, put some vodka in there. You can make what do they call it? Jungle juice or something.
This will take you to the jungle. All right.
I don't know what that means. Can you elaborate?
You'll take you to the jungle, Panic at the Disco, take you everywhere. When I was 20 years old. I was just on the cusp of being 21, and I was preparing myself for this new life of going out to bars, and I did not want to seem
big deal.
I didn't want to seem as some unlearned buffoon when I went out to the bar for the first time. And I had a friend of mine who was a bit older, and she was telling me that her favorite go-to, a bit older, she was 23, and her favorite go-to drink when she went out was vodka and Red Bull.
That's a thing. That's a thing. It
is. However, at the time, I'm a man of a certain age, so at the time, energy drinks were not everywhere. They weren't.
Okay.
It wasn't something I didn't know what Red Bull was. It was out. It existed, but it wasn't everywhere. It wasn't in every gas station or whatever. This was in the 2000s.
You're really dating yourself.
Yeah.
What was Red Bull?
This was
back in my day. We didn't have Red Bull.
I mean, the bars were still segregated, so that was difficult. No, but it was. There was also, so I sent my friend in. I said, hey, please go in and get some vodka Red Bull, because my buddy was a few months older. He could buy it. So he comes back with some Burnett's or some.
It's $5.
I think it was Kamchatka or something like that. It was something you could clean a gun with, and then at the time, I think somewhere you can still find it. There's still a malt liquor called Red Bull malt liquor. It comes in a 40 ounce.
Oh, no.
And so he comes back with a 40 ounce of malt liquor and some Kamchatka. And I'm like, my friend says this is the party starter cocktail. And so we dropped a shot of concoction into some malt liquor, and I'm sitting there drinking it like, we're just trying to will it down, and I'm like, I guess this is what they're drinking at the clubs. It was rough. It was. What do you think the worst drink you've ever had is besides today?
I mean the experiment that I may or may not have done of the wild turkey and the monster was pretty bad. Yeah. And then when Hypnotic was a thing, like me and all my girlfriends, we would say, oh my God, like we didn't even know that it was really like a liqueur and not even that high in alcohol content. But we did like Hypnotic and Sprite and like put some like a half scoop of Skittles in there or something, you know?
There was something about
it was not good. Yeah. It was not good.
Early 2000s Hypnotic, there's like a lot of songs about it, like in all the hip hop.
We thought like, it was like we had to have it.
Yeah, like you need to get this.
It was a lot of hype. A lot of times at the black clubs, they would make a drink with Hypnotic and Hennessy called Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
Because when you added the Hennessy to the Hypnotic, it turned green. And so it became like a very popular, like kind of club drink, like to go in and just be like, I'll take an Incredible Hulk. And I used to sell. I used to be on like a street team for like a local hip hop label for like 2 weeks.
I knew it.
And I would and I'd like go into clubs and try to like, you know, sell them on these local artists and stuff. And I'd always like start the night off with like an Incredible Hulk and then just kind of like have it in my hand and just give me enough courage to try to sell like.
Oh, it looked cool.
Yeah. It was fun. I mean, any time a drink changes color, that's fun.
Goldschlager, not a fan.
I feel like that's a starter kit. Like that should be like a starter kit for children.
A teenage starter
and it should have like Boone's Farm, Goldschlager.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Do you remember Aftershock?
What's Aftershock?
Oh yeah.
That's straight up alcohol for kids.
Does it have like the little orange and it has like sunglasses and stuff and it's like on the label?
No, Aftershock.
I think it's something different.
Aftershock. Oh, there's a.
Oh, there we go.
Aftershock had basically like rock candy in the bottom. It's a cinnamon like liqueur.
Oh my God.
And then there was just rock candy at the bottom of the thing. So every once in a while, if you're pouring it, like a little piece might come out. But then when you get to the bottom, you're just looking at it and you're drunk and you're like, how am I gonna get all this rock candy out of here? And then the idea is always to smash it. And then you just have broken shards of glass and rock candy everywhere.
Wait, whose idea is it to smash it?
I was definitely not
on the commercial.
Yeah.
On the commercial, they just smash it.
No commercial.
Can you still get this?
This is when you're a 14-year-old and you're drunk. And you're like, I want that candy.
Aftershock. It will cut your lips.
The aftershock is the sound of the glass breaking.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm shocked that we shouldn't be doing this. Your mom walks in, like, what are you guys doing? Mine was like my kid drink was Bacardi O.
Okay.
Do you guys remember Bacardi O?
Bacardi, what was the O for?
Orange.
Oh.
No Jubilee though.
No, it was not a Jubilee.
Zero Jubilee.
No, but I feel like you just found some Bacardi O and drank it. Like, was that like?
Well, my friend Tanner, he was a cool dude. And we went.
R.I.P. Tanner.
I mean, he's not a cool dude anymore. I haven't talked to him. I don't know. Anyways, long story short, we would just drink out the bottle.
Yeah,
Bacardi O. It was a fun time.
I think
that sounds. I'm vibing with that.
It was gross. We didn't have any. I don't think we even had any mixers. We were just like drinking it like, oh, this is supposed to taste more orangey. We just drank it straight.
Remember that like period of time where you like froze everything, like vodka in the freezer and everything in the freezer.
We didn't even get to that point. We didn't even get to that point. I remember the first time I tried beer. I think it was like Keystone.
Yep.
It tastes like rotten bananas.
Yeah, it probably was not good
at the time. No, it was warm.
First time I ever got like I'd had like sips. I think I'd had like a full beer, and I just remember like it was so gross, but you feel so cool, and you're just like, this is
because it's so gross. You're like, I was able to get that down.
Yeah,
like, I drank it.
I held it down. And then I remember the first time we had a sleepover, and I had stolen some of my mom's vodka and refilled it, and it was Kamchatka, I'm sure, under the sink, and I had filled it back up with water. And then, because like she had a party and bought like a half gallon and had been in there for like 8 months. And then I remember I took it, it's like some in, I don't know, it was like in a jar or something. I put it in and brought it to like a sleepover. And we had a shot glass. And I remember doing the math and being like, okay, well, I've had a beer before. I've had 2 beers and I was okay. And I feel like 1 beer is equal to like what, 4 shots, right? You could put 4 shots in 1 beer, right?
Yeah.
So the first time I drank vodka, I had 12 shots of vodka. And then I was like, I feel sleepy. And then I went and stumbled out to my friend's couch. We were having a sleepover. It's like me and 2 of my friends. I'm at like my friend's house, like parents' house. Woke up in the middle of the night and I was just like, I'm cold. And then I like wandered to the bathroom and like turned on the light and I just had a sash of puke like on my shirt. And I was just like, oh no.
Yep.
And then I ran out to the couch and realized that I had not only puked all over it, but also peed my pants all over it. And I mean, it looked like a murder scene. Like it looked terrible. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I ran and I got my friend and I was like, hey, I did a bad thing to your couch. And he's like, just go back to bed, whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm not kidding, man. Like, it's not good. And then he got up and he just sees it and is like, oh, fuck. And I remember being amazed that he like grabbed a towel or something and then just like dove into scrubbing it. And I was just like, dude, I wasn't even scrubbing it like that. Like, but he was that afraid of getting in trouble. And I was just like, so we're both like, and then we wrap all this blanket up. And I remember I took it home. Like I just like flung it over my shoulder like a sad hobo. And like my grandma's house was like 5 houses down. So I just went home with this blanket filled with just
oh my God
filth and was like, Grandma, I got sick at this sleepover. And I was like, wash this. I'm going to bed for 12 hours. And then the next day we were like, it's the perfect crime. But like we cleaned it all up. And then I guess the next day they were like, his dad was like, his dad had served in Vietnam and had what would later be known as PTSD, but we didn't have a name for it.
Yeah.
And so,
why did you introduce him like he was like a player on the Sandlot? He went on to be known as PTSD.
But he came out. He was just like, as he was like, what was Dyke Michaels drinking last night? And he was like, nothing, Dad. He just got sick. And he's like, that's bullshit. He's like, I woke up in the middle of the night. Dyke slopped out on the couch, rolling around in his own fucking filth. I think it literally like triggered war flashbacks, just seeing a brown person rolling around.
Oh my
dead.
God.
Okay. You've had enough electric melon. We're almost, by the way, Mad Dog, sorry for talking any shit about Mad Dog 2020. Electric melon's pretty good. We drank the whole thing. Casey, do you want any more Mad Dog 2020? He's good. He about had a heart attack.
I gotta work.
There's no ingredients. Well, I guess there's ingredients back here. I don't know, man. I feel like if like things go really bad for you,
Yeah.
I could see you like sleeping on the street with this.
I'll tell you what. If you ever see me walk through the door drinking this, just know it's about over.
It's
about over.
Things are going wrong.
If you ever see me just casually drinking the Orange Jubilee, yeah, I'm calling it quits.
Yeah, this is something like after you found out like we're not going to be able to save the house. Honey, give me some of that MD. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, break glass in case of.
Is this a rebrand? Like, I'm assuming at some point there was like a Mad Dog. Like this has got to be a rebrand.
Oh,
right?
Mad Dog 1919, and then they just.
So the funny thing is, this is always for like the beginning of time been known as Mad Dog. Always been branded with the MD.
Okay.
And it is for the people that make it is Mogden David, I believe it's pronounced.
Oh.
Okay.
Never actually.
So it's not actually Mad Dog.
Never officially be called, but.
What it is.
Everyone calls it
Okay.
Mad Dog. Yeah, the nickname became the brand so much that like nobody even know what the MD actually stood for.
Well, now I'm totally in.
Yeah,
I'm down for it.
let's check out their website here. And their website is like they own and operate an actual winery. Look, I think they have the branding has gotten a little more light and fun.
There's the dragon in the back. Yeah.
Why didn't you get the golden pineapple? That one.
That looks
That's cool.
For some reason,
But
but we know it's
that kind
not.
of seems like a ripoff of Liquid Death water cans.
Yeah.
There's some association there.
One, there's a little thing that they say, "Are you over the age of 21?" Okay, for whoever's typing this in, Mad Dog 2020, and then sees that, like, hey guys, we're not 21, we're only 19. Let's not stop anybody. Can we stop with this fake bullcrap? I'm done.
Oh yeah, you don't even have
How
to
can
go
you learn?
through like the I'm not a robot thing. Is that what you're saying?
No, like when you go in there, you had to type and check that you were 21 and older
To learn about the alcohol.
Did that stop any 16-year-old? No.
When you're looking up, like at work when I'm doing my German and Belgian menus, because it's different in Europe. It's like, are you 14 years of age or older? It's like 16. It's like 14, 15, 16 are the age in Europe. So it's super funny to see the difference.
Oh, 14. Oh, 14 is a
I think it
drinking
might
age?
actually be 15 or 16, but when their websites say the same thing. It's like you go to log on and I'm looking up my German Oktoberfest and it's like, can you drive a car? And you're like, almost. And they're like, good enough. And you're like, you're in the beer page.
But are you old enough to watch Power Rangers?
Yeah. I mean, they can smoke cigarettes over there at like 12 or something.
But their culture is a little bit different where it's because I think that it's just available and it's not made like a wait till you're 21 and then you can rage in the streets, you know? Like it's just kind of like, yeah, there's gonna be wine and there's gonna be a little beer at dinner, you know? And it's not so taboo that I feel like they have less problems down the road.
No, like especially over there drinking during the day, totally acceptable. Like no one, like you would see in Germany guys like in their suits on their lunch break, like drinking Kolsch.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was, it's like a little tiny beer, totally chill.
Yeah.
There's no, I mean, it's not like it's all the way bad like that here, like so frowned upon to have a lunch beer, but you wouldn't want to see your boss walk in if you were having a lunch beer. In Germany, you'd be like, sup, boss? Oh, yeah, no, yeah, see you in a minute,
Right, that's the difference between Europe and America. Like, they probably don't even play Green Day before their proms. Like, if you're too drunk to drive, they're like, hey, I'm too drunk to drive. Hey, Dad, can you come pick me up? Here, all of our movies are catered to sneaking alcohol and getting way too messed up. Like, American Pie, other movies that I don't have the names for right now. They're all catered for us.
That was your takeaway from American Pie? Was it they were trying to get alcohol?
Is that what it was? I mean, wasn't that what the pie stood for? I thought it was like sweetest pie.
I don't think we watched the same movie, but go ahead. You had a question there about an art-related question and something that tied back into this ensemble.
Speaking of, here's the thing. You are an art curator.
We're segueing into a different topic now, everybody. Okay, continue.
Yes, you're an art curator. I've been trying to do this thing called Fishnet 2022.
Okay.
Right, Fishnet Summer, and it's moving a lot slower than I thought it was. A lot of people are interested. They shake their head like, "Hey, we want to wear fishnets with you." And the move is to move and wear fishnets. Right now, I'm sporting a pink fishnet over. I'm gonna pull up my shirt, everybody. So if you're watching this, over 317 and an Indiana logo of Indiana. And what I'm trying to say is it's gonna be Fishnet Summer for Indianapolis.
What about post summer? Like, is it fishnets forever?
It might have to go into fishnet fall.
Fishnet fall.
Like, if we're really going to get them, because we're almost done with summer.
What is the absolute goal of this initiative?
Everybody to have and own a fishnet.
I think what he envisioned at the beginning was like, it's going to be summertime, it's going to be warm. Him and the crew were all going to be, or like show up to a party and everyone was just going to be casually wearing fishnets, and it was going to be like the best time ever.
Yes.
It's been a little slow going for him. And so I think now it's just like a general like awareness spreading about fishnet wearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody's for it. Like, I haven't talked to one person who's like,
I'm definitely for it.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're $5 on Amazon. Would you buy a fishnet? Any color. Yeah.
Preferably black.
There were some complaints about my nipples, and that's why I'm wearing a shirt, because some people can't stand to see my nipples.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. It's not a nipple thing. I just want to be clear to those people that complain. Like, you could wear a shirt underneath. You could wear leggings.
Pasties. You can put pasties over your nipples.
Fishnet pasties?
Not fishnet pasties. Those wouldn't cover anything very well.
I'm sorry. But yeah, you could wear leggings. You could wear fishnet shorts. There's a lot of that's going to be.
No,
my
let's
thing.
go ahead and get back into fishnet shorts a little bit. I feel like I don't want to
Or
just
jorts,
what
jogging shorts,
Forts.
forts.
Yeah, fishnet shorts.
Yeah.
What's the meaning behind it? Like, what do you want everybody to know about the fishnets? Like, what does it mean to you that we're trying to make this happen?
So it's a little bit serious.
Oh, you don't have to. If
Well,
it's
no,
too
no,
personal,
I'll go
it's
in. No
okay.
one's
Just
asked
want to make
that.
sure.
I had a friend that I lost. We're no longer friends anymore.
Yeah.
Because I would wear fishnets, and he would make fun of me and say, "No one's ever going to wear fishnets, Dad. You're a loser."
You lost his address.
And I was like, "I'm not a loser." And I think fishnets are funny. They're fun. Let's get out of here. Let's be silly. We just went through a pandemic. And he said, "You're an idiot." And he walked out. And I was like, I'm going to prove to him that Indianapolis is down for community.
So right now he's kind of right
Yeah, he's right.
about it not being a good idea,
I hate
and that
that
nobody
you-
was going to follow along.
I freaking hate that you brought that up. It hurts my feelings. But yeah, he's right now. And we want to prove him wrong.
Lindsay, we're running out of time, but I did have a question for you. We were talking about your love of 80s hair metal bands.
Yes.
And kind of old school stuff like that. How do you feel about legacy bands now? The bands that have the big names, but almost all to none sometimes of the original band members in them, but they're still playing the hits.
You mean
still
like
touring.
Queen?
Yeah.
Like something like that.
Or like even like Journey, where like
Journey,
the
yeah.
lead singer dies and
I'm not going to lie, I was a hater on that. And I did see whatever current version of Journey there is 3 years ago. And it was awesome.
yes.
I think sometimes I think it's just done. I think sometimes people need to like let it end.
Yeah.
But I mean, if people keep showing up and there's an audience for it, like I'm not going to judge people for showing up.
Yeah. You think that's the future of music? It's just going to be like
AI.
like Aerosmith is going to be 100 years from now with like
There needs to be some rule. Like there has to be like one living member of the band. Like
okay.
like when the last guy from Motley Crue dies, like it's got to be done, right?
hopefully
like we
this
can't.
year.
Yeah, I mean, like no.
She
but
loves Motley Crue.
I do love Motley Crue. But we do have. I think that there should be a rule. Like we'll allow it,
Yeah.
but you can't just have four guys 40
Right.
years from now be like,
Yeah.
we're Queen.
Yeah.
And because like my friend knew this guy.
Okay, what about with Elton John for the Elton John band?
But it's like
If he dies-
Elton John. Like
John band?
no, another rule. Like if
has a
the
band,
band is in
yeah.
someone's name,
No, she's right. If your name's in it, then if you're dead, you're dead. But
I just want rules.
I saw a flyer the other day that said there was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and I was like, he's totally dead. Like
The Heartbreakers are there.
See, I don't like that. I
should
don't
just,
support
I mean,
that.
you can't even. But they're like, yeah, like now you're just the Heartbreakers. Like he's gone. Yeah, you don't support that.
I'm not down for it.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the right answer. It's the whole like broom and broom handle thing of just like how many times can you replace, like you know that saying, like there's a broom and broom handle, you replace the broom, you replace the handle, and you replace it. Like, is it still the same broom? Like,
Never heard that with respect to a broom. You
one,
heard
it's
that
a
with the
ship.
ship.
It's
Yeah,
a ship.
You hear the
Okay.
ship all day long. Have you ever heard the broom?
No.
Yeah, no, nobody has.
No one, you just made
Nobody
that up.
has, dude. Really?
okay, all
broom
right.
handle.
I mean, it
The
works
broom
the
hand-
same for a broom, but
I
go ahead.
mean, it does, but it's like it's kind of.
I mean, it works for anything. You can say a VCR.
Here's the thing.
What?
You could say anything. You could say if you replace all the parts of a thing.
Can we hit the boo button?
Lindsay Jo, thank you so
Hold
much
on.
for being
No,
on the
thank you
on
so
the
much for
program
having me,
today.
guys. This is a blast.
Where can people find you and follow everything that you're doing on social media?
Yeah, it's at Lindsay Jo Certified Cicerone on the Instagram. Lots of food pics. Lots of food pics.
And go check out Newfields. It's dope. We didn't really even talk about the loom at all, did we? You wanna,
No, it's awesome. We're running the Monet right now.
Okay.
So it's very relaxing. Lots of flowers, lots of impressionism, and you can get a beer.
can I ask a dumb question?
Do it.
Do they ever do like anything for Halloween, like making a haunted house in there?
So we have Harvest Nights, and we revamped it this year. We have live actors, so we've reached out to local actors in the community. So you're going to see live actors at Harvest Nights. The Lily House becomes haunted, and you can get a spooky campfire cocoa from my team, and some churros and
fun.
Sounds
pretzels
scary.
and things like that.
I love
beer.
that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me,
This
guys.
was
It was
fun.
awesome.
And thank you for, it looks like you're dyeing Easter eggs in front of
I
you.
got to learn, if anything, I got to learn about Mad Dog today. And that's something to be said.
it's
So I
important.
appreciate y'all.
Zach Roan.
Zach_Roan on all social medias.
That is Jay McKee.
Listen, when Dyke passes, I'm really down to do the Harder Brunch tour still. And I don't care if I die, you can replace me. I think Harder Brunch, does it live on? Do we want that to happen?
His name's not on it.
No,
Well, as long as there's Hardee's.
The Hardys.
Here's the
Yeah.
I think as long as somebody in the bloodline, so like Zach's kids could pick it up. I assume me and you are going to die
Wait, it
before
transfers
Zach.
by bloodline?
And then, no, I'm saying that could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as someone in the bloodline. So, like, your kids could have it for a while, and then maybe, like, Dad's probably going to have himself cloned or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm working on that.
And then, yeah, it's got another 200 years, I think.
Harder Brunch for another 200 years?
200 birds, 200 years.
Is that what you meant by Mad Dog 2020?
Yes. 220 years.
All right, yeah.
This episode has definitely been affected by Mad Dog. It's been brought to you by Mad Dog and affected by Mad Dog. You can find me at Dyke Michaels on all social media. Please check out harderbrunch.com for all your Harder Brunch merch needs. And check out our Patreon, patreon.com/harderbrunch. Normally that's when we tell stories about throwing up as a child. But today I was so inspired by Mad Dog that Christmas came a little early. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.